Hi friends, if you care about your health, make sure you watch this because many people do not know this, and that is that BPA-free plastic is not safe or good for your health. And if you aren't familiar with BPA, this is a type of bisphenol that is used to make plastics, as well as other things like certain fabrics, coatings, etc. Now, the problem with BPA is that it's not good for our health. It's an endocrine disruptor that's linked to many different health problems, including fertility issues, weight gain, diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. And a number of years ago, there was a lot of negative press around BPA and plastics made with BPA. So because of that, many nations have put a partial ban on BPA. For example, Canada and the European Union have put a ban in BPA being used in baby bottles. However, this is not a complete ban, and BPA is allowed to be used in other products. And not all nations have put in a partial ban. However, because of all the negative press around BPA, most companies have switched from using BPA to other chemicals instead. And in most cases, they've switched to other bisphenols, typically BPS or BPF. Now, the problem is that these alternative chemicals are basically just as harmful as BPA is. And in some cases, studies are showing that they may even be more harmful than BPA. These chemicals are being shown to also be endocrine disruptors and linked to fertility issues, weight gain, heart disease, and certain cancers as well. However, this is still not widely known or advertised, and so companies will kind of like to mislead you by labeling their plastic as BPA-free, and in that case, hoping you think it's better for you, when in reality, it's not. So the bottom line is that basically no plastic is safe or good for your health. And now if you're looking to avoid these chemicals altogether, it's almost impossible these days. However, there are a few other things that you can also avoid that will have these chemicals in them. So besides plastics, they can also be used in synthetic fabrics. They're also often used in food packaging, especially takeout containers or the lining of certain containers or food products. And then they are also used to coat receipt paper. So thermal paper that's typically used on receipts is either coated in BPA, BPF, or BPS. And so trying to avoid receipts is also another way to avoid these chemicals. And if you are going to be using plastic, because again, it's almost completely impossible to avoid it altogether these days, there are a few ways to make using plastic better for you, although it's never entirely safe, but here are a few tips. Number one, never heat things in plastic, or never put hot things into plastic. Basically wait till the ingredients have cooled down and then put it into the plastic container. If the plastic has signs of wear or tear, get rid of it. And then never put acidic foods in plastic either. And I hope this was helpful. Again, most people do not know this, so make sure you share it. And if you like this type of information, make sure you like and follow along.